Same.
Well, now we're recording. Hello to
Yay.
the still yet to be named podcast.
Hi everyone, this is Cruz, the Magic Chicken, or Hot Shot. Pick one.
The names keep growing. And I'm just Shinzo. That's it. That's all I got. We have our
Are you doing the introductions?
shoot, if you want to go for it. You can introduce friend 1, I'll do friend 2.
All right.
Which is
This time we have Draco, one of our close friends, and Vera Quinzel.
Yo.
Drago is an animator, and Miss Vera Quinzel is a spaz.
I mean, ain't wrong.
I mean, it explains why she's here randomly.
And most of the videos, most of the recordings, she is just there in the background. Anyways.
Oh yeah, like I'm pretty sure she was there last time. She was just doing something else.
She popped in for a few minutes, yes.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
I have no recollection of this.
See?
And today, we're here to talk about the new DC movie that came out.
Yeet.
Justice League Apokolips War.
And these are our fellow
Apocalypse War.
nerds who also watched the movie and also have some questions about it, or would like to discuss about it.
More specifically, what the fuck, DC?
The funny thing about that is, I think me and Vera both have in our notes. Well, I had in my notes before it failed. That exact moment of what the fuck, DC.
Yeah, I have that written everywhere in my notes.
Yeah. My initial response was, "Oh Jesus!"
But before
What
we
the fuck?
go into that, is there anything else superhero you guys would like to discuss?
Why
But
fuck Supergirl has not been in these movies?
that is actually a decent question.
I just want to know. I want to know what your guys' opinion on this is.
I mean, like, we had the entire Bat family. We had Superboy. I don't know why Supergirl didn't show up at one point.
Like, I mean, timing-wise, it kind of, hey, Iceman. I mean, timing-wise, it kind of made sense because of the way they did the Superman movies. Because they had, I think they had a regular Superman movie, then they had the death of Superman, and then afterwards they had the rise of the Superman, where Superman comes back. And then they had this movie. They didn't really have time to put in Supergirl, so I can kind of understand, but it was odd that they didn't have a movie at least introducing Supergirl before this one.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
A lot of Marvel characters.
I would like to just point out almost every single one I've placed over here has fallen over. Just casually, just...
Next. Please chuck her.
Like, she didn't even get a cameo, though, because, like, they introduced the Black Wally West
Why is my grandmother calling me right now?
Well, we're gonna lose Cruz for a little bit, but we can continue.
Okay.
So, my biggest gripe with DC movies right now is how come my man Lobo hasn't been in one?
Okay, I'm gonna actually explain this. Fun facts. So it's just because, like, well, are you talking animated or live action?
Live action, not even live action, just a movie in general. Why there hasn't been a Lobo?
Mostly because they've mostly been doing PG-13 or like PG movies, and
But you can't tell me that with this movie
Yeah,
coming
but-
out.
Yeah, plus with all the animated movies, they haven't exactly been kid-friendly.
no, and I was just about to get to that. They probably just didn't know how.
I mean, I would have loved for even just a small little snippet of the new DC movie for Lobo to be looking down at Earth, going the fuck.
Yeah, no, I get that.
By the way, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making like a circle.
Plus, like, with Darkseid going, like, all over the universe, just, like, fucking shit up.
You
Could at
think?
least get one they could at least fit in one cameo of Lobo.
Yeah. And my thing with Lobo is, I would love, even if it's just like a fanfic dream, I would love to see Lobo go to Earth and have like a toe-to-toe Superman or something like that.
Do you know how much I would love that?
I feel like that'd be a very entertaining thing to see.
Oh yeah.
Even if you don't make like Lobo extremely powerful, like overpowered, but But just put him in there to have his character in there. It'd be wonderful, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get it, yeah.
Why does everything in my life have bad timing?
Because
That's life.
Oh, hi, I found Harley Quinn.
Wait, where's my honey? Where's my honey boo?
You're honey boo.
Wait.
Vera, I've loved her longer than you've been alive.
Well, excuse you, is your name Quinzel?
So, I just
I
realized
will
this pack...
become Mr. Quinzel if she marries me.
This pack actually does have Dark Side.
Oh my god, that's kind of perfect.
Yeah, did you not remember from last time?
I don't remember shit. So, let's start with something simple. Did we like the movie?
Yes.
Wait, what did we like about the movie?
No, just flat out, did we like the movie? Was it a
Yeah.
good DC film?
Honestly,
I'm
what?
not completely sure. To be perfectly honest.
I think it was fantastic for what they could do with it, and like how to bring everybody into it.
I like that aspect, but like for a final movie, I liked that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I
But-
feel like the character. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's perfectly fine. I mean, but like as like a movie as a whole, I'm still like 50-50.
Like for me, I feel like it could have used more setup because the only bit we had about them talking about Darkseid that I can remember it was in Justice League War when he first invaded. Now, given that like there are some movies I didn't see, but like there was only like one mention of Darkseid in the first movie when the Justice League was formed, but then after that, nothing.
There was
Yeah.
him.
And if you really think about it, with Superman's first reaction, I understand his issue with Darkseid and going, we need to stop him for good.
But
I can get that, but
the gun
he
ho
only
is
fought
stupid.
Darkseid once, and I'm pretty sure he punched him in the face to a different dimension.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, him being a child and like when John even questioned him, like him throwing down his fist, literally like a child throwing a tantrum. I was like, "You dumbass Boy Scout, settle your damn tea kettle."
His whole plan was just to take half of the Justice League, go to Apokolips, and jump him.
Not even all of it.
He took the whole shebang. He left the B teams back, yeah, but like he took the whole actual Justice League just with him.
And Justice League Dark. You can't forget Dark.
Justice League Dark kind of some of those characters actually just joined the Justice League, which they
That's
explained with John and Satana.
Just to come in for a second to bitch, Lobo did in fact join the Justice League. He is part of the Justice League. He could have been in this movie. I will argue that.
Yay, Lobo! I love that. I ship it.
Lobo is in the Justice League. He should have been in the movie.
Well, I think he was actually mentioned in one movie, wasn't he?
Did you put all the villains in there too?
Everyone's out right now, I think. Jesus Christ, I'm
Connor!
mid-range.
Because this is Mr. Freeze.
I missed him then. Whoops.
Yeah,
Connor.
you moved him, and I noticed. I tried to move him out.
Cruz.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Didn't they mention Lobo in the first Justice League Dark movie?
Ooh.
Like, not by name, but kind of. I think they mentioned him.
Like I think John said like Lobo was some British word for asshole.
Numpty.
uh,
Is it bad I know that? What it is?
he is the best asshole.
It's called a numpty. It also means dick.
I see.
I know a lot of British slangs. Hi. I have British friends.
I was expecting to learn a little bit during this podcast, but I was not expecting to learn that.
You're welcome. I've watched too much British wrestling.
Okay.
I'm
then.
even more confused. But alright. Draco,
Yep.
what do you want to talk about the movie?
Like for the most part, like I wanted to know like how the Earth kept going after the ensuing invasion. Like for the most part, you would assume that resources would be pretty freaking scarce, but the Suicide Squad had like a whole compound, whatever. and they were still like maintaining it. I guess like they had enough food and water, which I would assume would be pretty rare because everything was like since everything had gone to shit. You would assume clean water would be kind of hard to find.
So you're wondering what actually. So you're wondering like the fallout, like what actually happened during and even after Apokolips.
Yeah.
I have a
feel
question.
like I can explain this very easily.
What?
Sorry.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would you go rob from a villain? I ain't robbing them for
I
just
go rob
water.
them, I will join them.
Exactly, you were gonna join them. I ain't robbing them for the water, so they can have it.
Come on, you wouldn't try to take down this crazy bitch? Whoops, wrong person.
I mean, I could take down Flash.
This crazy bitch.
Johnny, that is my best friend.
I love
She is my wife.
I love how they're all T-posing, except for fucking Falcon.
Oh,
He's the
poor
one.
Falk.
I guess technically Superman isn't, but
Okay, Superman's a dick.
and
I
then
mean, in this movie, he was. He was.
No.
well,
Can we move Catwoman into the villains? Because she kind of is.
I didn't move anyone anywhere. I just put everyone just everywhere.
I
Oh,
think Brian was
Like in the
placing
first
people.
movie, Superman was good.
There was no thought process behind it.
okay, that's fine.
Anyways, going back to what Draco was saying before we get too far out, I'm not sure how much fallout there would be considering that the creatures more or less just killed, and they wouldn't hurt like the livestock or wouldn't hurt like the crops. I wouldn't think. So I
Wait,
still
I
think
have their name written down somewhere.
They wouldn't really target them. They just kill anybody who it gets in their way or poses a threat. So I assume that the actual infrastructure itself would be intact.
yeah, like
It
water,
just be crappy.
like water plants should still be working. Everything should still be functioning. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
pretty much usually going to work.
not being maintained.
Continue,
So pretty
Draco.
much you just like wake up, go to work, and hope you don't run into a parademon.
Basically,
It was a paradoom.
If your work is still there, then yeah.
I mean, as
You
long as
have a
you know what
boss.
you're supposed to, you'll be fine.
I'm curious how the military was reacting to this, though.
They died.
Yeah.
But
don't
I
even
mean,
have to think about that one. They straight up died. Once Superman goes down, they start sending out nukes, and once they realize paradooms can rip through buildings and any super thing that you can throw at them, it's pretty much done with that. They pretty much get their.
I wonder-
I remember what happened. They actually said this. So when Lex switched, the military went with Lex. Remember?
Okay.
Because that one guy was
No,
like,
I watched the
"Mr.
movie
Luthor,
like a week,
we
like a
can't
week and a
contain
half
him.
ago.
Let's keep killing everybody." And then he got killed. And then Lex said, HR is going to have like a handful with this.
So, one thing I want to bring up was
Yes.
Darkseid too overpowered in this movie, or was he the right amount of power?
I actually don't think he was. I think he was underpowered.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, it. I hate to say it, but I completely agree with the Mira on this one. Like, not underpowered per se, but at least for the amount of power that he showed or effort that he showed, it was about the right amount.
Okay, rephrase my question. Is the parademon splicing the DNA even possible? Has that been done before, or is that just a new thing they threw in?
No, they do it.
Okay, so parademons are basically other beings that were taken over by some apocalypse thing. I can't remember exactly what the heck it's called.
Oh,
But
what's his
it's
name?
basically other people.
Desaad.
Oh, there we go. Basically, yeah, Desaad puts other people in pods, so they basically
Mutate.
put Doomsday gene into the parademon formula, and well, they captured a whole bunch of worlds and whatnot, and made a whole bunch of paradooms.
Are they as strong as are they as strong as they are supposed to be? Like,
I'd say they're as a tenth of. I'd say they're most likely a tenth of the strength of Doomsday.
Okay.
So a tenth of the strength of Superman. So.
All right. Well, going into that thought process, we're gonna go to Vera for this question. Starfire.
I hate how she died. That would not be how it would happen.
I didn't hear the question.
I believe it's Starfire.
Oh, how Starfire died?
Yeah, I do not agree of how that would happen. She would have put up more of a fight.
I feel like she'd be the first person to die. It
Oh.
actually makes perfect sense. She's the first line of defense because she's one of the most powerful of the Teen Titans.
But so my argument with that is, being as strong as she is, she was ripped apart like a Pop-Tart.
Mm-hmm.
Paradooms, man. If they can take on Shazam and Wonder Woman.
That's another thing. I thought Shazam was supposed to be on par with Superman.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Superman got his ass beat.
Yeah, but he lived.
That's only because Darkseid wanted him to live.
True.
They actually said that in the movie. The ones who survived, Darkseid used them for. Darkseid didn't kill them for a reason.
He was basically fucking with their minds.
Because he is a maniacal douche.
So you're saying that's fair how she died?
Personally, I don't like the fact that she was ripped open and had her organs splattered all around, but
On your blade.
her dying.
Yeah, but at the end, like they got
wrong, but she's nowhere near like Shazam level or Superman level.
Let's not forget, they grabbed her corpse and turned her into a cyborg.
I'm stabbing my bed right now because Connor, I think she's on par with Shazam.
I disagree.
Not even close.
Well, at least Wonder Woman, one of the two.
No.
With
Wonder Woman, like I'd say she's up there closer to Wonder Woman than other super strength characters, but Wonder Woman clearly punched her out more than once.
True, I'll give you that.
I was more curious about Shazam because I thought Shazam was a lot more powerful than what was shown.
Oh, he is.
The issue I understand, but the main issue is the Doomsday thing. Doomsday is as powerful as Superman. So if we say the Paradooms are only at a minimum a tenth of the strength of Superman. Superman usually doesn't fight on like half strength. His usual fighting strength is like they explained it in Justice League, both in Justice League comic and Justice League the animated series. But he has to pretend like everything's tissue paper, and Doomsday does not have that. Cardboard, thank you. But Doomsday does not have that issue.
Doomsday just
So
that means, I guess Ruthian left. So because of that, like in power, Superman can punch a hole through Wonder Woman's head no problem at half strength. Like it would be no contest. So which means a tenth of his strength. Like how much? Think about how much power it takes for you to rip cardboard. Not a lot. A tenth of full potential human strength. It's not that hard. So a tenth of Superman's strength can like rip limbs off. So I can kind of understand where they're coming from.
one thing I will say I do like is how Shazam was able to make the limb made out of light.
That made me cry.
That was neat.
That was funny. I mean, neat, yes.
So, conspiracy time.
I love conspiracy.
How'd the Joker die?
I don't believe he did die.
No, he did. Harley said so.
Wait.
Yeah, she confirmed his death.
Yep.
Yeah, he got shot.
Right. It's been a while since I watched the movie. I probably should have watched it before this.
But yeah.
Yeah.
She said her pudding got shot and she was ready to join her pudding.
I was gonna say
Wait, she said he got shot?
I don't think.
Why do we get shot?
I don't think she said he got shot.
I thought she said he did.
I remember him saying he's gone, but that's about it.
I thought
I mean, if you really think about it, the Joker would probably charge a Paradoom without thinking. I mean, he probably had a plan, but he probably will still end up.
So you think he just got dusted?
I think he got dusted.
Just from, I'm curious if like the mind control Batman took him out. Because I don't think he'd put up with Batman being mind controlled. I feel like he'd go after Batman still.
Oh, that would actually make a lot. That would actually make a lot of sense.
Okay, he was still by the Batman cyborg.
Like everything goes to pot, and then the Joker gets mad after being told that. Like everything goes to pot. Batman gets taken control of.
Yeah, like I
could see the Joker going nuts about that.
Okay, I looked it up. It turns out the Batman cyborg killed him.
Oh.
Batman and Cyborg?
The Batman cyborg. The mind control Batman.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
Finally.
Let's call him Batborg.
So Batman takes him out.
Okay.
Okay.
So, who wants to do the next topic? We'll just...
I guess I will, because I have a conspiracy.
Alright.
Okay.
Or a theory. Okay, so you all remember how Superboy died, right?
Viciously,
right before,
yes.
like, Raven and them got to Apokolips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember the sunglasses that he broke?
That Constantine broke.
Yes, Constantine broke these sunglasses, and I swear to God they were linked to Superboy's soul. Because once he died, then Constantine broke the glasses, and then they turned into like spirit astral projections.
I don't disagree because if you're right, they were the correct glasses that he usually wears, and for Constantine's magic, you have to add a little life force every single time. So
I think it was Superboy's. I think Superboy knew he was going to go and die in this battle.
Wait, okay, when did Superboy die?
Superboy died right before Constantine broke the glasses.
Oh, okay, so when did he get Superboy's glasses is my question.
I'm going to say it's like, because remember how they all had that meeting, like, in this bunker? I'm going to say he got it from Superboy then, or he probably stole it from him, to be completely honest.
Oh, do you mean the meeting with Lois Lane and all the people? I don't think so.
Look, I don't know. He probably stole him at some point, or he teleported and got him.
He was part of the reserves.
Look, I don't know. He probably just stole him off him at some point.
I mean, I can believe that, but
Doing John.
during the bunker, I cannot believe that because Superboy wasn't there. There's no way to actually do that. Even when he did the Swamp Thing, which I loved that. That is my favorite possible thing.
I have to agree fully on that one.
Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Constantine pissing off Swamp Thing, getting him enraged like that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I have Ghost Swamp Thing.
Also, I love the fact that Swamp Thing's first response to John Constantine is punch a hole through him.
Just instant, no hesitation. Just, meh.
Well, Constantine did light him on fire.
That's still a vicious reaction.
I mean, if someone lit me on fire, I'm gonna punch somebody.
I do appreciate that, out of all the heroes that have been fighting, I feel like Swamp Thing has been the most capable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He was the only one who could take down one of the things, one of the Reapers.
Not only that, he killed so many parademons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He killed a parademon and they even took down one of those reactors.
So, Swamp Thing MVP.
No.
I completely agree.
No.
No?
What was MVP then?
Estrogen. I have to go estrogen.
I disagree. He did nothing until fighting Wonder Woman and then died very quickly.
I love his attitude throughout the movie. I love his I don't give a shit attitude combined with Constantine's I don't fucking care attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they complement each other perfectly. And I love the explanation for the attitude because it came from the last Justice League Dark movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was enjoyable to see that man just like yawn, I'm bored as he's backhanding assassins.
Oh yeah.
When Lady Shiva shows up, he just grabs her by the hands and she starts kicking him in the face. He's like, "Is this it? I'm bored."
Also, did not know that was Shiva.
I mean, wait. Yeah, Lady. Yeah, it was Lady Shiva.
No,
My
I
bad.
thought it was Misa.
I almost thought Talia would go for a minute.
I
So-
thought it was
Talia
Misa.
would live.
To talk about something that will make Vera more upsetty, I have a question.
Spaghetti, spaghetti.
How did people like Cheetah die, as well as like Lady Shiva, die so easily when she lived?
It's okay. I actually kind of agree.
She got bullets in her in like 2 seconds, gone. People were ripped to shreds by bullets, claws, etc. I'm not Vera. Harley was standing at the end. Like, to the very end.
It's Harley. I don't question.
I hate to agree with that, but yeah, it's Harley Quinn. She is one of the hardest people to kill. I would have to we would have to blow up an entire building with her in the middle of it.
I would say
I mean like 10-story. I mean at least 10-story building with her in the middle of it to kill her.
See, it's funny you say that.
Like, I can understand how they could easily die, but but you probably should have directed that one towards me because that bugged the absolute hell out of me.
Draco,
Same.
go.
Hmm?
You're talking and we didn't hear you.
Oh, right. Like, it's funny that he says that you need to drop her in the middle of a building and blow it up because that's exactly how she died.
Basically, yeah.
Oh god.
That's what it took. And there's no visual proof that she died.
Oh,
If
Oh,
you're happy,
oh, man.
you know it, bash some heads. If you're happy and you know it, bash some heads.
I will have to say,
with
with that, with Vera singing, I have to say, my favorite moment is when Captain Boomerang is walking, and you just see Harley bashing someone's face off camera, and he's like, "Best boss ever." She's just wailing on him.
like in this very dark movie, it was excellent having Harley in after all the aftermath. John Constantine's bummed because the Tanner was basically torn into itty bitty pieces. Edrican hates everything at this point in time. Superman's basically turned into a bitch, and this Raven is barely capable of surviving at this point. And then we have Harley, doesn't care. All she heard was, "We get to fight and kill people." Sweet,
I don't know why, for some reason,
and she makes having fun with it.
when Cruz was talking, something ticked in the back of my mind. I have to yell about one more thing I just thought about. How the fuck did Lex Luthor have kryptonite boomerangs ready for Captain Boomerang?
I think those two actually have a secret past.
Wait, okay, I think I can explain this one. Like,
No.
okay, so like, you know how Lois is basically swapping info with him, right? To get inside info on like how Darkseid's operation works.
Yep.
Okay.
Like she most likely let him know that, hey, so we're going to try to get the Suicide Squad to join us. If we get them to join us, we're going to try this whole raid, try to get to Apokolips, like make sure they can't get back. He's like, oh, Suicide Squad, huh? Okay, give me some time. Let me know when you got that. Let me know when they're ready.
Three
I
things
have
with
another
that.
theory.
I'll let you go first, Connor.
Okay, my other theory is Amanda Waller before she died.
Amanda Waller. Who is she again?
She could have been working with Lex Luthor, developing weapons for the Suicide Squad so they could kill Superman at some point. Because let's be honest, even though he was part of the Justice League, he was ready to kill Superman whenever he had the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Or whenever he went evil again. So he worked with Amanda Waller, and then after she died of, as Harley so subtly put it, cancer. He just had it in storage, and then once he started, and then we go with what Vera said, started swapping information with Lois Lane. he started placing it just in case because he knew that Captain Boomerang would at least join the team, and if he made it, he'd have him for him. And if not, well, he had boomerangs to throw.
So, two things I need to follow us up with. One, I loved and hated at the same time when Harley said she died of cancer and had that 2-minute laugh to herself.
Oh, I loved it.
I laughed. I thought that was hilarious.
I love the ending of sorry, it's a coping mechanism.
I was like, that's me.
Also, is Captain Boomerang worth the kryptonite though?
No.
Yeah. He lived this long.
No.
Touche, but still.
No.
Alright. Moving away from that thing of thought, I have something to bitch about.
Complain. Go.
Cyborg.
Oh, God.
Oh, I understand.
So I'm gonna start with two things right now.
Okay.
At the beginning of the movie, they talked about someone using Cyborg already. They talked about using him to actually look at their plans. So why was Cyborg in the war room? You know what I mean?
I blame Superman, personally.
Like, Cyborg by himself is connected to all computers. But he is basically tech. Why would you ever let him, a living security camera, anywhere near the war room?
Oh, just because he's like a trusted member and they didn't think that he could be hacked by Darkseid again?
But they said he was hacked once by Darkseid.
Technically said he severed his connection. He said it in Justice League War that he settled, like, he disconnected with Darkseid, or so he thought.
But if that was even a past thing, why would you let him back in?
Why would you risk it for if you're going for a mission sending the entire league?
Oh, because they're stupid.
Exactly. So my point is, if Cyborg wasn't there, if Cyborg was not there, present in the war room, would there be a chance that they would have won?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the plan wasn't like bad.
No, it was solid.
But
The plan was
and don't get me wrong, I'd say they still would have lost at least half their number.
They still had the Paradooms ready though.
No, the point was to get all the parademons. Well, that too. But
Paradooms.
the point was specifically the parademons because they didn't know about the paradooms. But what they were supposed to happen is get all the parademons and what they didn't know was their paradooms off the planet, and then they could just charge in. Which is, like I said, not a bad plan. The only problem is you're fighting Darkseid. Yes, you guys teamed up and got lucky one time. But he can literally incinerate you with a look. So I doubt. So again, I'd say like half of them, and he always has reserves. And you also have to consider the Furies and Granny Goodness.
I love her.
Is what I'm talking about. They didn't have enough information about Darkseid's forces. They were too focused on the parademons, and so I'm saying that if they ran in, they didn't have enough information. A lot of them would have still died, but they would have won in the end.
They would have a better chance of winning at least.
Yes.
So, side rant from the Cyborg thing. I hate Darkseid's lasers. They're bullshit.
Oh, because they can turn and chase you?
Yes, that's bullshit. Because I've seen pictures of him shooting forward, wrapping around his own head, and shooting something behind him.
Oh, yeah.
They have been bullshit for so long, and I don't know how they work. I want to ask if, like, they're heat-seeking or what... I don't know.
I think it is heat-seeking, actually.
Because
I think they have said that.
Because the scene of him on the Green Lantern homeworld, just like arms behind his back, fuck you, and fuck you.
Oh, he always does that.
But it's such like an asshole stance.
Oh, that's just him.
Okay, so can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
See,
Green Lantern homeworld. John Stewart, you are one of my favorite Green Lanterns. You are like one notch under Hal for me, and he is the greatest Green Lantern. We all know it. We all love him, but you are one notch under me. Why would you slowly? I don't care if like you have one lung and still going. Why would you slowly say the oath that recharges your power to get the heck out of there or fight back, why would you say it so slow? In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight.
Wait, you gotta wait for 10 seconds.
Evil night, beware my power. Green Lantern's lava on the face, lava, the whole body. No, it's you do it really, really fast so you can live. Also, shout out to the Green Lantern B team.
They tried their best.
Love them.
Okay,
They took a shot at it. They died. They took a shot.
They had the balls to charge.
I was so proud. They were dumb, but I was so proud.
Cruz, they finally did something right.
Die. But no.
Can I use Superman?
You didn't even wait for permission for that one. Oh no, now he's flying.
I'm so mad at him in that movie.
No, make him go.
So,
weak ass bitch.
Second thing, god damn it. Second thing with Cyborg, he is connected to every computer in the world, right?
Universe.
Yeah.
With Bad Computer being one of them. But somebody explain why he cannot upload himself to a USB or something.
Because I don't think he actually could.
Why not?
I mean, wouldn't it be like a shit ton of data?
Yeah.
Are you telling the Bad Computer does not have that?
I don't think he can hack into
you
that.
said a USB.
No, but they need like the way he was set up. They need get an external hard drive or something, and download his consciousness into that hard drive.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
I'm gonna be slightly cancerous for a second.
That's fine.
In Teen Titans Go, he could separate his head from his neck.
Motherfucker!
That's not a thing.
No, if his butt. I mean, wait, can he actually? Brain, I need you.
No,
ever.
No, no. If you separate his head from his body, he dies like a normal human.
But no, my main thought behind that though was he is cyborg, he has a lot of tech. I was wondering if there was a way for him, in any capacity, to upload any bit of his consciousness to any computer.
Mm-mm.
You don't think it's possible?
No, because I think they tried in a Teen Titans comic and it didn't work.
If you really think about it, you'd have to download his entire brain capacity. How much data would a human brain that is connected, a human brain with all the information of every single computer in the world? How would you be able to put that somewhere? I mean, that computer, that is a good chance.
All right,
I don't think so.
I'll raise you this. If he is a computer, he can also delete information.
So you're saying delete the unnecessary information and just try to keep the personality?
Yes. Complete self-preservation.
Well, let's be honest. We did start this podcast by saying it was a bad plan. It was simply a bad plan. They didn't think about it.
No.
They just charged in like a bunch of jackasses and got themselves killed.
Yeah, but that's just one thing I was thinking about, because I don't know a lot of DC or Marvel in general, but with DC, I always loved Cyborg as a character.
Oh, yeah, he's cool.
So even after the movie was over, I decided to actually look up his Wikipedia and his I don't remember what it's called, the Hero Dex thing it has.
Oh, yes.
And I was reading that he can upload how much connection he has to every computer, and I'm like, well, can he?
No.
So we're just saying no with that? Nobody thinks so?
I don't think so.
Maybe if he can upload his consciousness to the internet, I think he could.
I just dropped him here, and I dropped him here, and I love the stare. Just
wait a minute, Connor. He has uploaded himself to the internet.
He has?
Yeah, an Injustice.
Called it.
I forgot about that. Because technically, that's how Grid was made, which is the evil version of Cyborg, which is half of Cyborg.
There we go.
So
he was created by Brother Eye.
So yes, he can.
Yes, I am incorrect. Thank you, Connor, for saying whatever the heck you just said.
So my theory was correct then.
Yes. Because he has actually connected himself to the internet. So that way he could also, he could personally say that Batman was Bruce Wayne in Injustice. So yes, he has.
So okay, yeah, okay, that's good. Now that means I'm correct on this.
So, in theory, he could upload his consciousness to the back computer.
Well, not the back computer, probably just the internet.
I would do back computer just because.
I mean, back
Probably
computer is
not.
good, but I don't know if it's that good.
I
would,
don't think you
It's
can.
basically,
But
a rich man, it's basically a billionaire's computer.
I think Batman actually has stuff in place so that way he can't hack into the back computer. Because I know he has an
Oh, he
injustice.
definitely does.
I thought I read that he already was connected to the back computer.
I mean,
I
he
don't know.
is, but to a limited extent. He can't like go into Batman's Batman's personal files.
His
You
porn
can just look
stash.
at his desktop, really.
He can't see Batgirl's Catwoman stash.
No.
Did you say?
Yes, he did. Just go with it.
I may have fucked up. Go away.
Okay. So
Hello, Beast Boy. Oh, that's Cheetah.
no, this is
Wonder if
Beast
that's
Boy.
Beast Boy.
I just want to say I really appreciate Cyborg's final words.
Booyah, mother. Wait.
No,
That
no.
was,
Suck
no,
it,
that
bitch.
was not right. I apologize. I'm
Suck it,
so
bitch.
sorry because that was a great line.
Just
Suck it, bitch.
just suck it. It was the best part of that. Just. And I love how he even called it. Like he's like, yeah, my turn to say the final words.
I just realized something.
What?
Beast Boy wasn't in the movie.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Was he?
Ah,
He was torn to
Teen
shreds.
Titans.
Yeah, killed by Paradooms.
Oh,
Torn to
yeah, my
shreds.
bad.
yeah, ripped to like they didn't have him like ripped to shreds like they had Starfire, but he was dead. But they did show him dead.
Okay, just making sure. She got shown your blade, though. Poor Starry.
I love you.
Okay, because we
I
brought.
love you, Beast Boy. You good boy.
All right, well, Drago, what else you got?
The movie itself. Oh, yeah.
Anything?
I think it was fun. I think it was kind of bullshit how the Flash was able to run for like 2 years straight with no rest, and after they free him, he doesn't die immediately.
I can argue this.
All right, let's go.
I think, no, he can't, because look at what he was connected to. It was pure energy. What does the Speed Force is? Energy.
Yeah, and they were saving it from his body.
Yes, but if you think about it, though, Marcus, the Speed Force could provide him enough energy to do that.
But doesn't he need food?
To at least live.
But was he getting food and water though? Does he still need food and water during that?
Exactly. We don't know that.
Well, okay, so this is a weird thing with the Speed Force. So it can keep it actually can keep the person it's connected to alive for an extended amount of time. They have strictly said this.
They have.
So
It can keep them alive for a long amount of time. And yes, but like the one thing that I actually loved about the TV show is what they did when Barry Allen first woke up from his lightning coma. Was they like it was what was it, a year?
I think it was 2.
It was a sorry, my dad's calling. Why is my dad calling now? So it was 2 years. So because of that, 1 second. Yes.
So what he's saying,
Yes,
it
yes,
basically kept him alive.
well, with that, I have to go with
Yeah.
Drago's point of when he was disconnected. Shouldn't there be a huge
I know,
backlash,
I know.
like even death?
That's why he vibrated.
Was the vibration like dangerous to his health? Like, should he have died
Yeah.
from that, or no?
He could.
He could.
He could. If he vibrated so much, his frequency, he could actually technically go into the Speed Force, which means he's basically dead. In a way, unless he has a tether.
I'm so sorry. Why does this keep happening?
It's fine, man. It's fine.
I explained it for you.
We just talked about.
That basically his ability. That it basically his found abilities put his body back into shape, destroying all the fat that he had stored in him, and keeping his body alive.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pretty much. No, I was saying like how if he vibrates too much, he will die.
Oh yeah.
Because they were like, wouldn't there be some kind of backlash if he got unplugged? And I'm like, he was vibrating that much. He could have died from the vibrations, and he could have been sent into the Speed Force.
Because if he vibrates too much, his molecules will literally separate through dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't even know how you could even bullshit yourself to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about? We did this a little bit. Talk more about how Darkseid did the Green Lanterns dirty.
Get the fuck out of here.
The worst part is he was like, you know, I could send my parademons to do this,
but I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah, fuck them Green Lanterns. I'm gonna fuck them up.
Not even that.
I think it was because like they're supposed to be the guardians of the universe, and he wanted to go. No, you're not.
That's what he said he wanted to do.
It felt so disrespectful the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Especially the. Yeah, can you send love over here? Cool.
Yeah, I mean, how else are you gonna destroy them though? And especially with the power battery. How else could you destroy the power battery?
Apparently it's not lava proof.
Yeah, just like throw that bitch into the sun.
I said the side overloading.
I didn't know the Green Lantern power battery was so fragile.
How did you destroy it?
He dropped lava on it.
It's not.
Lava is actually very destructive substance, Shinzo.
I know, but with the bullshit DC universe, there's a lot of things that are lava proof.
Well, I think the best way I can explain it is all its defenses were down. It was weak as metal.
But why did it explode?
Because of the power in the battery.
Yeah.
And it probably was holding parallax, which means it killed parallax, which would cause an explosion.
Don't know who that is.
No.
Do you know about the entities of the Green Lanterns?
A little bit.
Basically, parallax is one of the entities. It was trapped in the Green Lantern power battery, so they could stop it. And that's why they had a weakness to the color yellow in the very early comics. That was their explanation. And it eventually became a power source for the Yellow Lanterns.
Yep.
Johnny, why do you insist on keeping him?
Can we throw him away?
I put things in the smaller hexagon to talk about. That's why.
Oh. Okay, I'm there.
This is my.
I approve.
This is to keep my mind in one place.
I approve it for now.
My initial response is immediately Yeet Superman. That is the worst Superman moment I have ever seen. Like, I know he comes back to save everyone, but that's after you. Like, there's one thing if you kind of mess up, and then you can recover it. But you let the world be destroyed because of a grudge. That's like rolling up to a mob going, you know what, you, your family, your sister, your friends, and then shooting the mob boss in the leg. They're gonna kill you and your family.
Which happened.
Exactly.
So, because we don't want him here anymore, we're gonna talk about him now.
Okay, thank you.
So we can get rid of him. So I have one big gripe about this that I've told Vera already. Mm-hmm. And I want Cruz and Drago's opinions.
Uh-huh.
With having Constantine, with having Lex Luthor, who had time to prepare for something, could they have not made a device or used magical bullshit to extract the kryptonite from his veins?
They probably could have.
Or at the very least...
Constantine, but Lex Luthor probably could have found a way to purify Superman's blood. But if I'm being serious, it was 2 years later, right?
Yes.
Like when they first came back?
Yes.
So they injected liquid kryptonite into his bloodstream. I don't think it would be easy to purge. Superman would probably need a blood transplant, and since Supergirl's not existed in this universe, and
But
so they need at
but-
least Superboy,
who was alive still, wasn't
but
he?
half Lex Luthor. So the blood transfusion isn't the same blood. So I guess I don't know if that would actually work.
Who, Superboys?
Yeah.
No.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, Cruz. Can't Constantine use blood magic?
Sometimes Constantine's magic is very fickle.
But if he could use some kind of blood magic or necromancy, which I looked it up to just make sure he can, couldn't he separate the blood?
Probably. I want to say he'd probably need a whole lot of preparation though.
But
Oh,
he had
yeah.
2 years.
I think he would need more than
He
2.
fucked around and didn't know what happened to Superman because remember he yeeted himself out of there.
Well, fair, but they could have found him sooner as well.
I mean, how the fuck do you find Constantine? He doesn't even have a cell phone.
Okay, how the fuck did they find him that time?
Probably Raven's magic.
Wait, do you mean yeah, that time it was Raven.
Then couldn't they have used Raven before?
Probably, but still.
No, because they said she was weak.
Was she having problems with Trigon in her head?
Yeah. I was also wondering if Raven could do anything. I'm not sure if she could have, but
Oh yeah, Raven could. Raven, I think, is actually more powerful than Constantine, in my opinion.
you think she could have fixed
He
his blood?
definitely is.
Yeah, Raven's more powerful than Constantine. She could have done something if she knew she could.
So,
But since I feel like she got her powers
Okay.
recently.
Okay, so I have to argue something. So Raven is more powerful than Constantine. She's not as versatile as Constantine. Like Constantine can do just about anything given enough time and preparation like Batman, but he is not powerful enough to like fight Trigon on any level.
No.
Raven, on the other hand, has the power to do things. She doesn't have the versatility to, like, well, I'm going to turn you into a rabbit because I felt like it. It's I can blow you up, or I can stop you,
So
or I
you're-
can teleport, or whatever.
So you're saying is the difference between raw power and actually using skills.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Because I'm gonna say something here really quick. Because actually, Raven is more powerful than Dark Phoenix and Marvel.
Bullshit.
Connor, it's been proven.
And it's wrong. No.
No, if you go look at the power levels, Connor, she is stronger.
power levels are bullshit.
I'm
I'm just
sorry.
saying.
Vera, I need you to understand something very seriously. Dark Phoenix is as powerful as Phoenix.
Damn.
Phoenix as the actual Phoenix, which means it is not just multiversal, it's omniversal power. That is literally has the power of everything ever created in the Marvel universe. Raven doesn't have the power of everything ever created in the DC universe. She is not
sorry.
that powerful.
Sorry, I was laughing at how like Harley was just kind of like scourging across. I'm sorry.
My wife was close. I have calmed down now.
I was doing this.
I'm sorry. It was so funny because he was being all serious, and I'm just like, oh my god.
I was gonna say as you were doing that, just so Draco, how you doing? Oh,
Just trying to follow along.
same.
It's really just Connor and I just bitching about everything.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry. Raven's not that powerful. Just don't get her wrong. She is a tank. Not that much.
I don't think she's a tank.
I only have a handful more things to talk about myself. Do you guys want to take it away with anything? Anyone got anything?
I appreciate it.
Trigon versus Darkseid battle.
Oh,
What'd you say?
that's a
Yeah,
red
I didn't
dream.
know I wanted that so much.
Trigon versus Darkseid.
Oh, that was happy. That was
a wet
nice.
dream.
So I will say with that, my favorite thing is him looking at Raven saying, "This is the best gift ever."
I cried.
Such a happy boy.
I cried because he was actually happy for the first time in his life.
Like, man, you know what? I like what Magic tried to do your forehead. This is like the best thing that's ever happened.
So much joy.
But no, Trigon kicked his Darkseid's ass at that point.
Oh yeah.
That was amazing.
I didn't realize Trigon would just body him for a bit.
Well, if you think about it, Superman went at Trigon full speed and punched him in the face. He knocked him down, and Trigon just kind of went, "Huh? I didn't know you could do that."
Neat.
It's pretty much his reaction. Huh? Neat.
But I will say this: I personally am not a big fan of the big love scene of Raven and Robin.
Thank you.
Really?
To me, Raven's always that dark, mysterious, fuck you, get away from me kind of person. So
I agree.
The
I get that.
the happiness cute moment in the end just didn't feel right.
I also ship myself with Damien, so I'm also.
Well, that's a different reason.
But I do agree though, because Raven.
Okay, so the way I saw it, it was mostly like, okay, so the universe is about to get reset, so you know what? Fuck it, just do whatever.
Well, with that, Draco, I just feel like it's too much like that movie stereotype where you need to have a love interest, like you need to have a moment at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I feel like that's too much like overdone in movies where, oh, big bad thing happened. If they kept it like he died, I feel like that would have been better storytelling.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Mira, forgive me for saying this.
Oh, go ahead.
I was really hoping that they would just let Robin die.
Oh no, actually, kind of same.
Yeah.
Because personally, they were building up to it, and I like the dynamic of them, of both the newest Robin, Damian Wayne, and Raven being both dark and having that in common and being interested in each other. I actually like that. Only because I haven't seen that before for either of them, really. And
Yeah, it was different.
it would have fit the movie so well if Damian Wayne, the latest Robin, just died at the hands of Darkseid in the final battle, and Raven just ended up sitting there alone.
And I will say, this would also make better storytelling for Batman, who just said, like, nice things towards Damian.
Exactly.
I'm raising my hand.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so actually they did do that in a DC comic. This was an actual thing. Darkseid did kill Damian in a comic.
But why
Which
couldn't
made
it...
Batman basically say, I want to go kill Darkseid, and he planned it out to the point where he almost did it. But then Damian
that is wrong.
this casket that had some type of ancient power in it, which gave him superpowers for like a day.
There's a part of that is wrong.
What?
Darkseid never killed Damian.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
And who killed Damian?
We have the power of Google.
When Damian died, it was during Batman Incorporated. He was stabbed by his giant ass clone version of himself.
Right.
And then Damian died for a while. And Damian died for a while. Most of what you said was correct. But the issue was that Darkseid thought it would be funny to take Damian's corpse, put it in a casket full of ancient powers, and then send it back to Earth to kill at least Batman.
Right.
And then Batman went ape shit.
Yeah, because they built the map of him like having his own power life. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
It's all good.
All right, I followed most of that.
I've memorized all the times every single Robin has died, and yes, they have all died at least once. It is
Oh yeah.
hilarious and sad at the same time.
You just can't. Batman just can't keep an orphan alive.
Nope. Not even his own son.
Wrong.
Of his direct Bat family who has not technically died.
One. There is one.
Who?
Orphan.
I said immediate Bat family.
He is in the media Bat family now.
When did that happen?
There's a person named Orphan?
Yeah, there's a person named Orphan. She can't talk.
That sounds unfortunate.
Yeah, she can't talk and anything because, like, her dad, or her mom's Lady Shiva, actually. And her dad was, what was it? Something Kane.
I
I want to say James. That's not right.
Jane. It sounded close to her name.
Well,
But
whatever
yeah.
his name is. He's an assassin, so basically he trained her to be an assassin, and he didn't teach her words. He taught her body language and how to read it and predict people's movements and go for the precise kill points on the human.
To learn, yeah. So instead of, as Vera said, instead of learning words to communicate, she learned how to read people through physical forms.
And then he tried to get her to work for Mother, who is this evil person, just wants to take over the world, basically. Do clone
Lovely, Shiva.
thing. And so basically, then Orphan tries to kill Batman, but Batman ends up stopping her and kind of actually adopts her. So technically, she was in the immediate family.
So, last part is wrong. She was never adopted. He keeps her. There's a difference.
Wait! I thought he adopted her at the end!
No, he never actually adopted her.
You asshole!
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree up and away, but I don't disagree. But...
Sorry, I had to go into a rant. Sorry. Continue.
Fly! I believe in you.
So, I'm just gonna join this rant for a split second with an entirely different idea.
Oh, go ahead.
I fucking love the comic where what's his name? Alfred Pennyworth is the one who beats the shit out of Batman. I mean Superman.
Dude! Oh, that's injustice. I fucking love that.
I have seen that comic over and over again online, and I fucking love it.
Johnny,
it was
you need to
wonderful.
read it. It's beautiful.
I've just seen those scenes of him getting his ass kicked, and you know what? It made me happy.
So, funny fact, he actually ends up, Alfred dies because, actually, Superman sends his serial killer to come kill him because of that.
Victor's ass, yeah.
Oh,
No, Johnny. No, they cannot do that on screen.
Demonetized!
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Okay, it looks worse when your clicker is like flicking them in the bunk.
Oh god! There, is it better? I think I made it better.
Oh my god, I think you actually like got rid of them.
No, they're up here.
Oh.
Just stacked. Anyway.
I'm dead.
So, with the end of the movie that happened, they said this was all caused because of Flashpoint.
Yes.
So, is this all secretly his fault?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Everything's always Flash's fault.
That was a fast conversation. So
basically, what they were trying to go for is these series of movies were the New 52, and everything that not everything that happened in them, but a whole bunch of things that happened in them. But the New 52 was started by Flashpoint, which is where you can basically say these new series of movies started.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they blamed the Flash for everything that happened for erasing everything that happened in all the DC animated universe beforehand.
Yeah.
For all that not happening.
Well, then he'll probably go into Rebirth, because that's what happens.
Exactly.
Except it's Wally who gets sacrificed instead of Flash.
But if we get Wally back in Rebirth, we can have Flashpoint Rebirth. And then
Hey, I came up with that title.
I know, and I'm thanking you for it right now.
I was like, you best be giving me credit here for that conversation yesterday I had with you. The movie could have been Justice League Flashpoint Rebirth.
Yep. That'd be great. Because they'd give an explanation to where everybody is, and then in the middle of the movie or at the end,
We get Redhead Wally.
Wally can lightning himself or can yeet himself with lightning back and stay using the power of love.
Except his wife hates him in this.
She doesn't hate him. She has a panic attack because he's a fucking person who came out of lightning going, I'm married to you. Don't you remember our kids?
Who the hell are you? I have children. Not with you, though. Oh my god, didn't he completely forgot about his... No, she forgot about their kids in the different universe.
No, yeah, because she'd never marry Wally in this universe, so why would she have kids with him?
God, I was like, those torch kids. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I just bitch slapped Superman as Flash.
I saw that and I was like, yes.
Should have been playing with these more. This is fun.
That's what I've been doing when you guys are talking. So with the Flash at the end of the movie, so was he just making another Flashpoint?
Yes.
Is that a good
Pretty
idea?
much.
No.
It was like the only idea they had left. Cause
It's better than everybody was genocided.
So is a Flashpoint just the reset button?
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay.
That's what they're using it for, and that's why they were able to do all of this stuff. But before you get there, which I know you're eventually going to ask because you are a smart person, there are no multiple flashpoints. There's only one.
So
they did that specifically for this movie.
So there's no such thing as multiple flashpoints. So you're just rewriting the flashpoint that's already present?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So
yeah, like there's no time where the Flash went back, saved his mom, or didn't save his mom, and then went back and saved his mom, or didn't save his mom.
So there's no parallel universe scenario.
No, because he always stopped himself.
So
like when he went to go back to save his mom.
At least that hasn't happened in the comic books.
My thought.
And they're doing it for the movie.
Yeah, because like Darkseid's still sitting like a good chunk of the Earth's magma away. So like they had pretty much they had to start a flashpoint so like they wouldn't they could do everything over. But like that brings up the question, like, what is he going to flashpoint this time?
See, that's what my question is. I know nothing about what is a flashpoint.
Oh god.
Basically, he goes back in time. Okay, it's like basically Flashpoint is where Barry Allen runs back in time to prevent his mother's death, but because he did that, he technically doesn't end up becoming the Flash,
so
which completely fucks everything up in the Justice League timeline.
So what it is, it's time travel bullshit. It's if you fuck something up in the past, it's the butterfly effect where everything in the future is fucked.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
and in the end, everybody dies.
So him going back is to do what he needs to do to go back on time, or try to fix things, or
he tries to fix things. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Basically, now instead of 2 Flashes in the time stream, we have probably either 3 or 4.
And what does that do for everything?
Oh god.
It fucks everything up.
All right.
And it basically changes everything. A different version of him growing up, and which, like you said, butterfly effect. Like maybe he didn't run as fast as a kid one day, and I don't know, Bruce Wayne's parents decided to say, "Hey, young man, are you okay?" And then because of that, his mother died maybe, I don't know, 7 minutes later. And because of that, his dad still went to jail, but got out of jail earlier instead of died in jail.
I know what happened with the Waynes. Remember, it was Bruce who died instead of his parents because his mom became the Joker and then the dad became Batman.
I mean, yeah, that's in the actual Flashpoint, but I'm going with if we go for a Flashpoint.
I was like, you should go with a more interesting story.
I don't know. Stuff happens slightly differently.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I never understood about the Flashpoint paradox, though. Like Bruce dies, and his mom's first thought is, "Well, I guess I'm becoming a clown now."
That's not what happened.
So let me tell you what actually happened. Mira, do you want to say it?
Yeah, she mentally broke down. She did not want to become a clown. She mentally broke. And then when she smeared his blood on her face, it turned into a clown makeup. And then she just went with it.
Okay, let me add a little bit to that. She realized that she couldn't smile, so she cut her face open, and then added Well, I mean that Mira was right where with the blood, but after that she cut her face open because she realized she couldn't smile anymore, and then she wiped her own blood and just kind of left it there afterwards.
Yep. Bye, Catwoman. Bye, Catwoman.
Mira, we are a very good team when it comes to explaining this shit.
Oh, no,
Oh, actually, no,
problem.
while you're doing that, I made Flash cop a feel of Cheetah.
I saw that, and I was like, no.
Wait a second.
Fine,
have
is this
an
better?
No!
Go for it. Go for it.
Wait, I want to talk about Martian Manhunter. Get back here with that.
Alright.
Aw.
Why is he eating his face?
I actually have a question.
Alright.
Yes.
How in the hell did he die by fire when there was no fire?
Okay, so Mira, Apokolips, fire pits.
I
Fire is
mean,
everywhere.
but,
Just bitch slap him into a fire pit. He's dead.
but he wasn't in a fire pit.
Don't get me wrong. I was actually kind of mad because, one, he knows not to go near the fire pits. Even when he's surrounded, the man can turn intangible and mist and whatnot. Bullshit. He should not have been that easily taken down.
No.
Like out of all the superheroes, I'd say that were there. I'd say Martian Manhunter should have been able to get out of there. I'd say he would have been scarred as hell because someone would have burned him at some point. But I think he should have been able to get out of there.
I kind of have to agree with that. Because I remember this guy being extremely powerful in many ways.
He's powerful as Superman. Probably more so.
I think he's more strong than Superman, but that's just me.
Remember Injustice when he where he inserted himself into Wonder Woman?
Yes! And cut off the oxygen in her brain.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you added that part because the way I said it.
I'm sorry. Please tell me Cruz was saying that wrong at the beginning.
No.
Oh.
No, he actually did. He actually inserted himself into Wonder Woman's body through her nose and mouth, though.
Oh, thank God.
And then he cut off the circulation to her brain.
Oh.
And Superman had to go full blast of, like, his actual, like, as much power as he can muster.
Yeah,
into
he used full power heat vision.
Yes, his heat vision, thank you.
I was,
And basically had to cause Wonder Woman to go unconscious in order for her to live.
Yeah, she went into a straight up coma.
I thought he was talking about Martian Manhunter the dildo. I swear to God, I thought that's what Cruz was explaining.
No,
and I was very upset.
He went in through the mouth and nose.
I was about to go, oh no.
This took
No.
a turn.
Look,
Shinzo,
tell
I
me.
need to understand something.
The way you
This
explained it.
Shinzo, I need you to understand something. This is injustice.
But the way you explained it, and knowing you, it just didn't sound right.
This
Ugh.
took a serious turn.
Okay. I have another point. Can we move Batman up to the front? Since there's no Nightwing, I'm just going to put Batman in here because he was Batman at some point in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, Johnny and I discussed this earlier. About how Nightwing was thrown into the pit, which made him crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can
What
you
about it?
explain more about the Lazarus pit? Because,
So-
again,
Okay.
it was awful.
Okay. So the Lazarus Pit. When someone it's supposed to just heal you once you're injured, but if someone dies, you can use it to recover their life. But they go a little. But depending on the way they die, they get a little bit crazier. Because this is how Jason Todd, the second Robin, was revived. When
My husband.
but because he was beaten to death and blown the hell sky high, he went a little nutso, but it only lasted a little while because his body was mostly intact. But in this version where
Nightwing.
Dick Grayson, I don't either way.
Baby daddy.
He's the best boy and has great ass. Anyway,
Oh,
it's a beautiful ass. Oh God, I just remember the time Nightwing got. Never mind, I'm gonna repress that.
we're not going to talk about the time with him and Harley. Get on with it.
Oh, I was talking about him and Tarantula.
Oh!
Huh?
Anyway, just
What?
follow the Lazarus pit. Go on.
Okay, so basically, depending on the injury, you lose more or less of your sanity. When you die, if you're revived by the Lazarus pit.
Don't forget about Batshit, because in Arrowverse, though, they do have a thing called the Bloodlust.
That's Arrowverse. That's not an actual thing.
I thought that was in the Injustice!
No, you just you
Okay.
go crazy because you kill people because you're just going nuts.
Okay,
Like
that's
when Jason Todd first arrived, he killed 3 of Ra's al Ghul's assassins because, well, he went nuts. He had he had a thirst for blood, but it's not like a constant thing like they put in the Arrowverse.
Okay, they
Yeah.
didn't make it constant.
I just want
After a
to.
while, it's going to take.
Because if you think about it, like in this movie, acting as he is, he should have been trying to bite off like Starfire's neck, even though she was cuddling him like he was a tiny dog.
So true. Okay, there you go, Johnny. Because I tried to explain this to Johnny, and I was like, I don't know that much of why this works
I
and
do
how
have-
it works.
I do have more
Connor
questions.
knows.
I
Go
do
for
have more
Connor.
questions. But Draco, you were saying something?
No, I'm good.
All right. I still have questions about the pit though.
Okay, go.
1. So can anyone use it for healing and be fine?
No.
No.
I mean, anybody can use it for healing, but they won't be fine.
No.
No, like you saw what happened to Nightwing, right?
Yeah.
So because his injury was so severe, if you got a bullet to the brain, you could be revived by the pit, but you'd have severe brain damage.
I'm not talking about reviving. I'm saying like if I have my arm like nearly severed.
Oh yeah.
So would that still drive me insane though?
I mean, just it'd make you a little darker, but besides that, no.
I'm saying-
It'd be like a 0.5% of your brain goes a little. God, I fucking hate humanity.
That's what I'm saying though. If you have not a lethal injury or a semi-lethal injury and you go into the pit, you would still keep your senses.
Yeah, it's more if it's just a injury, then it's a creeping instead of like a jolt of fucked up.
Okay. And one thing Vera
It's
was
like
sorry.
no, you can go.
One thing Vera was saying, which I don't know if it's true, is she said something about like how you have to keep your own soul once you die. Like if you die, you don't have your soul tied to your body anymore. I don't know if the Lazarus
Okay.
I don't know if
Go ahead.
magic can assist with the prevention of insanity.
It can. So, okay. So, magic can help you with that. The Arrowverse actually did explain this part very well.
Mm-hmm. I did explain the Arrowverse part to him on this one.
Okay, that's good. Like, magic can, like, if you die and you completely lose your soul, magic can bring it back. I mean, it might kill the caster, but still. But like magic can bring it back, and it can stall it. But there's always, so instead of 0.5% of you being more dark, it would be 1%. It can only lessen it. It cannot completely prevent it.
So with that, I have to ask, why is there so many Lazarus pits?
Because I told him that there is basically one in every major city and in the Batcave in the comics.
Okay, it's technically not a Lazarus pit, Mira.
But it is! Batman said it is!
Version of a Lazarus pit. It's not actually a Lazarus pit.
Okay, but my question is, why is there so many of them? Like, why is this?
Because they're League of Assassins.
Why
They
is
need
this? Why is this something easy to make?
It isn't made. It just exists.
Okay, so how is there so many of them?
God.
They never explained it.
Is it just something that's never explained? Is it just a question mark?
It's just there.
basically it's filled
Ex
with
Machina, that's the answer.
Sorry.
of an element that DC made up.
DC metal.
So it's like the bullshit, like vibranium and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Basically.
It's just a
It
liquid
does
that.
whatever the fuck it wants.
All right.
Yeah, so they basically make a new Lazarus pit whenever they feel like it. But originally, there is only 3 Lazarus pits in the world.
Nana Parbat.
I don't remember who the other ones are.
I think
Is it-
Gotham actually.
Gotham was like the 4th one. When they started popping up every fucking where.
Can you destroy them?
Yes.
Yes,
Why aren't people destroying them?
Well, would you?
Yes.
because they're useful. And people are selfish dicks.
Bad family.
It sounds like such a bad thing to possess. I would destroy it. Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
see, now this is
It was kind of useful last time because it prevented Batman from dying.
Bad
But
juju.
You say bad juju?
Bad juju.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. His personality was stored somewhere, so all the darkness that probably could have happened. Oh wait, no, sorry, my mistake. Because it was so pure, it didn't corrupt him.
No.
The reason,
Wait.
long story
No, you're
short.
wrong.
Wait. Long story short, the Lazarus Pit that Ra's al Ghul uses is a deteriorated version. The one in Gotham is pure. So the deteriorated version is almost pure. The deteriorated version makes you go crazy. The pure version makes you Vandal Savage, and the mostly pure version just restores you to good person.
What? Okay, wait. I have bullshit sensors going off here.
I have
I understand.
Can I correct something?
Go ahead.
Okay, go for it.
But Connor, you wrong. It actually took away his broodiness.
Like I said, it made him good.
Yeah, he actually it made him okay with his parents' death, so
Like I
he wasn't
said.
Batman for a while.
Like I said.
But I have to explain. I have to ask some bullshit. What the fuck is
Like
this
Batman's
material?
asshole.
What the fuck is a material that deteriorates and makes you insane and dark? But if it's pure, it's okay.
DC metal.
This is like
Dionysium.
so. What the fuck did you just say?
Dionysium. That's what it's called.
Yeah, they just call it DC metal.
No, it's called Dionysium.
Like
But
Dionysus.
in the comic,
It makes me think of
it's metal.
In the
Dionysus.
comic, they call it Dionysium.
Makes me think of Dionysus. But
No, that's my.
But it's actually in like the comics of DC metal. They explained it.
so my only gripe with this
It's
is
called Dionysium.
so
Yeah.
with the pure one existing, it erases my idea of it being evil. So yes, I would keep the pure one and destroy the corrupt ones.
Actually, that's all evil because it's actually stemmed, like the actual metal is stemmed from evil.
I just got really
Oh, yeah.
upset in like 2 seconds.
Sorry.
Damn it!
Sorry. But Johnny was actually created from evil.
Nuke it all.
It was created from evil because the Bat tribe from back when Hawkgirl and Hawkman were actually like the first ones.
Oh god, we're going too far. We're going too far.
Connor, but it needs to be explained.
Okay, so an ancient evil god called Draco kind of fucked our lives up.
Barbados fucks everything up. Basically, though, what happened was they found out about the metal through Joker. If you can move Joker to the front, please.
The fuck is there? He is.
Joker's an asshole.
I'll
That's
explain
cool.
it. Okay, so the Joker got it from the Joker who laughs, which is the Joker from the Dark Multiverse, which is a multiverse which twists everything up in the actual DC world, which makes
Basically,
most of the heroes bad.
If everybody's lives were horrible.
Yeah, pretty much. And then so the Joker who laughs gave it to our Joker and said, "Here, this can heal you," because he was about to die at that point in the comics, legitimately. And they're like, "Here, have this metal thing injected into you."
Into his spine.
And then he can heal from anything. Like, he jumped off a motherfucking building, and you could see his neck was twisted, and so was all of his body. But then in the comics, you see him reform.
That's fucked up.
It was.
Yeah.
And then basically, then they explained the whole thing about how the bird tribe, which is Hawkman and Hawkwoman's, or Hawkgirls, whatever you want to call her, their tribe, versus technically Batman's descendants with the Bat Tribe, and how the Bat Tribe used the
Yeah, it went down.
and that was all created because of a freaking time thing that Batman did.
Yeah, oh, right. So the first time Batman got killed by Darkseid.
Because then the Bat Tribe worshipped him
by
because of him.
Darkseid.
The Bat Tribe was formed by him.
They go do some shit and basically charge a super thing. And after he finally came back, he basically signaled this bad, giant, evil bat thing called Barbados.
Which he created.
Exactly. So blame Batman.
Yeah.
I'm now making Joker power stomp Robin.
Wait, Batman didn't
on.
create Barbados. Wait,
Poor Tim. Wait, what kind of...
Shinzo. Batman didn't create Barbados, he signaled him. Barbados was there, but he just happened to be bad.
No, you're wrong. Because
No,
you
I
actually said it. That he did. Because, like, he inspired Barbados.
No, Barbados was there beforehand.
Really? I thought he inspired him.
No, he was there beforehand, but because Batman going in time, the signal of the bat came through all of Earth's existence, and then Barbados is like, oh, this is gonna be fucking great.
My bad. You're right. My bad.
So, Draco, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been sitting here listening for this for about an hour and 17 minutes, and I feel like I've learned something, and I've learned nothing.
Yep, I'm right there with you, Shinzo.
This is what me and Cruz literally do for like an hour, like every other week.
I feel like I'm like, yeah, I understand everything about nothing.
And then you're like, I don't get it. That was me when I first started. Watch Comic Storian on YouTube. That's how I learned all my information.
I have better things to do with my time.
Like, I read the comments, but it's so much easier just listening to him.
It really is. If Cruz had never pointed me there, I wouldn't know as much as I do.
Like, I do not have the time and energy. Like,
Stop on this bit, Charlie.
And I love to read it. I love buying the comic books. Everybody buy the comic books online, but seriously, like everything together. If you want a compilation, go to Comic Storian. It's very easy. It makes it very easy to understand. Also, Comics Explained, because he explains the comics. If you don't get it, he'll help you, and then you'll be able to enjoy it so much better. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
also, Johnny, you would love Comic Storian because he actually explains a story about how Lobo actually turned good and actually fell in love with somebody.
Lies.
I'm not kidding.
Lies and slander.
I'm not kidding. He fell in love with Dove, who was the entity of life.
I thought Dove was a dude.
Okay, Dove was a dude, but now it's a girl.
I like this less.
Wait, what?
Remember,
No,
there's
say
two
that
doves.
again.
There's two doves.
There's two doves?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the first dove that was a boy, there's a second dove that is a girl, and she's something about light.
Life. She's the entity of life.
She is the entity of life. She has life power in her for some reason.
Yeah, just
Because
randomly. Y'all can't see, but I'm smiling. I mean, you're right.
That actually took me a while, and it actually upset me for a bit.
You're right.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Dove, but I was very confused. But I was very confused on that. I was like, why is she just randomly?
Why are you taking Falcon? Why are you eating Falcon?
Don't eat my Falcon!
Why is he upside down now?
Can we eat Iceman?
So, is there anything else?
Michael Jackson!
I have
The plan.
I have a closing comment then.
Okay.
Batman. Why can't I grab him?
Oh, I have one last thing. My bad. I love how he cock-blocked Zatanna and John Constantine. He's like, fucking bat, you cock-blocked me.
Thank you, bloody bat. Bloody cock blocking bat.
I loved it.
So, is it now just a meme? Or... I kind of love it, but I also kind of hate the storytelling. That, in the end, this was all planned by Batman.
Well, everything is.
Motherfucker!
I understand why you can be upset by it, but for me, I find it ironically funny.
It's funny. It's funny. I agree.
How much time does he have?
But Batman still somehow had a backup plan to get Constantine out of there. Knew that Superman would survive and knew that because Raven is basically an unkillable demon, that she would live, and they would find allies to come back to Apokolips, and then they wouldn't just eat themselves in there. They would go in smart because Constantine, and somehow save the day.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Batman's God.
Summarize the entire fucking movie.
But that's my point. Why is it... I feel like it's almost a meme at this point that he just knows you can't kill Batman because even if you kill him, he has 10 backup plans in motion.
Oh,
Johnny.
yeah, that's...
Even when you control Batman, Batman's still gonna fuck you up.
Shinzo,
Yes.
this was a Batman movie.
It was a Batman movie.
Oh, my God!
God damn it.
They tricked us all along!
Fuck Superman. No one else was in control. It was Batman the entire time. Even Constantine was in control.
You thought the main character was Constantine, but it was I, Batman.
Everyone was...
Really wasn't in control. Remember, he told Batman, "Hey Zatanna, if things go south because Superman's acting like a jackass, make sure you put a spell on Constantine to send him away."
Oh my God, though, she did it, like, right after they had sex.
Of course she did. When do you think the man's most vulnerable?
Oh,
When
God.
his pants are down.
Exactly.
Literally and figuratively.
Also, while we're on that, I also like how King Shark was John's ex.
Oh, I love King Shark throughout the entire fucking movie. King Shark is a shark. But
I love his final. I love King Shark's final line.
It was an honor fighting alongside you.
What the fuck?
His reaction. Poor Captain Boomerang. Just that shock of, you can talk?
I don't know.
Oh, bloody hell!
I don't. Okay, so I don't. For Captain Boomerang, I don't know if he should be happy that he finally knows, or be really upset that that's the way he died by knowing that.
That's my last thing I learned today. God damn it. King Shark is a shark.
It was an honor fighting beside you.
I never knew Constantine like being bitten that much.
Oh. I mean, it's better than him dating Harley.
I can actually see that.
I can see that too.
Well,
Oh God! Oh, my brain went to a bad place.
all right.
My
Well,
brain went to a
before he gets
place.
any worse, Draco, anything else from you?
Nah, that's about it.
Vera, anything from you?
I'm good.
Cruz?
No.
All right. Overall rating for the movie? I say it's a pretty good movie. I give it like a 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, same here.
I give it a 9.
Cruz?
I have two. I've been watching. It's okay. I've been watching superheroes superhero movies for a while. As a whole movie, I give it an 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5. But as a superhero fan, I give it a 5.
Oh, comic book logic wise, yeah, I'll give it a 6. I'll be nice.
I can't come in that one because I don't know. Final question then, before we end. Do you think this sets a precedent for future movies?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think we're going into Rebirth.
Do you
I completely agree. They're probably going to add in Wally West, the original.
Yes!
with this thought process, do you think gory and more like heart wrenching is the way to go?
They're probably going to start going a little more lighthearted, at least for now. But
Oh, yeah.
they will continue most likely the more realistic of not everybody's going to come out okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like they've been leading heavy into the whole gory thing for a while now.
And would you say that the goriness and the heart-wrenching things of seeing beloved characters getting ripped to shreds, are they doing it for the shock value, or are they doing it to the story?
In this
A little bit of
movie, in this movie, I feel like it was a little bit of both. Because, like, on one hand, you're like, oh my god, these characters are dead. But then after a while, you're like, okay, who else is going to die next?
I just don't want them getting too used to using shock value to sell the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree that they're doing it both for the shock value and the story. It was the shock value of everybody's dying, but it gives them a reason to, because this is the last movie of the DC animated movies from this, at least, design. So it's an easy way to give the whole thing a reset. It's an easy way to give this whole thing a reset. Because all the characters are dead. There's no coming back from it because it's a whole continuous story.
I hate that sound.
Well,
Get that Teen Titans Go shit off my screen!
Well,
Thank you.
well, I say we did good. I say we're done here. If,
I just have one last thing to say.
Oh, God.
Suck it, bitches.
fair enough, fair enough.